What is up, dudes? Max here, perhaps with the most important announcement video for a game that we've all been playing a lot over the past year, Mortal Kombat X. As many of us know, Mortal Kombat X is a really damn good fighting game, and in my opinion is probably the most fun Mortal Kombat there is, but it is plagued by a huge issue. The online component of this game is absolutely terrible. And it's not the fact that it is bad for every single match. The fact is that the majority of matches you'll play in MKX are not of good connection quality because the netcode is kind of archaic in what they were using. It's very similar to Injustice, it's kind of similar to MK9, and is a little bit more optimized than those games. And that style of netplay, which is a input delay based netplay, is something that's really old and really undesired because it changes the experience completely for a fighting game, relying on inputs that are delayed by several frames, and you almost have to predict what your opponent is doing in many situations. It's hard to respond and react to what your opponent is doing when you're stuck behind by so many frames, and it's kind of the whole point of a fighting game is how you react to situations, and a lot of the times reactions are replaced with predictions, which is not good in any way at all. However, it's still good for matchups. I've actually learned a lot of fighting games online, even though their netcode was terrible, but the fact that Mortal Kombat X dropped in 2015 and was probably one of the biggest fighting games of the past 10 years is pretty rough, man. And we've made several videos talking about the netplay of MKX and how it's one of the biggest distractions of the game, but some of the greatest news happened today, and it's not official yet, but it's something that we definitely are going to be looking forward to. Ed Boon sent out a message on Twitter specifically saying, "So much for more good news on the horizon for the Mortal Kombat X game Beyond Combat Pack 2. Stay tuned and peace out." And it specifically had an image saying Mortal Kombat X peace out. Now, some people might not have any idea what this means, but it is a huge clue for the future of MKX, specifically with what he said. If you are used to playing fighting games over the past 10 years and the different kind of netplay experiences you can have, there is something called GGPO. That is the initial rollback-based netcode that you experienced with previous fighting games, some like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Killer Instinct, even the new Street Fighter 5. They all use derivatives of GGPO, which started the rollback-based netcode. However, this netcode takes a little bit more effort. You have to deal with certain things like desyncing issues between music and sound and audio and the actual play themselves. Street Fighter Cross Tekken, back on the previous systems, early on had a lot of issues with this rollback netcode because it was the first time Capcom Japan tried it, and they eventually fixed it, and then Cross Tekken actually ran really well online afterwards. So what this is kind of hinting towards is that Mortal Kombat X, with this Mortal Kombat X Peace Out, refers to GGPO because GGPO, when it was initially created by the Cannon brothers, stands for Good Game Peace Out, meaning that you can still have a good game online, see you later, just like the arcade experience. So this is huge news, hinting to the fact that Mortal Kombat X could get a completely restructured online netplay system that will instead use GGPO or rollback-based netplay instead of the super archaic delay netcode that it currently has. And the only way you can actually make that delay netcode work really well is if everyone or your other opponent has an extremely good connection, hopefully like yours, and then you could actually share a somewhat similar experience with a somewhat stable delay between your matches, and it wouldn't be too bad. But this is really limiting, and almost everyone that actually you can get a good game with has to be close to you. But one of the best things about rollback-based netcode is that it can take distance, like long distance between people, and actually make it feel like there isn't a huge distance, sacrificing very few time, like small milliseconds, into less than a frame where I can figure out what to do and keep you stable in an online match. It's awesome, it's brilliant, and there's a good reason why the majority of fighting games that come out nowadays use a style of rollback-based netcode or a customized version, which is what Street Fighter 5 and Killer Instinct has done, and those are some of the best online fighting games so far. We do need Street Fighter 5 to come out first to find out. So MKX getting this upgrade is the most important thing in Mortal Kombat history, in my opinion right now. Other than another combat pack, other than getting, classic characters, the Noob Saibot. You know, I love that stuff. I think it's great. We can get 10 more stages. You can add 15 more characters, but in all honesty, if your online resource for the game runs like butt, then people are going to drop it and not want to play. And this happened. Like, everyone still complains the fact that they don't play MKX because the net play is so bad over the past year. Even though I've committed a lot to it because I do enjoy MKX and I still like playing it, I went out and purchased a router that specifically made me only matchmake with people around my location so I can get decent quality matches. And I would still get rough games because you can't fix somebody's really crappy internet. This is such an important upgrade for Mortal Kombat X. I am beyond excited. And I only hope it's what we all think it is. There's no confirmation of this yet, but the fact that MKX could be switching to a GGPO style net play is a huge infrastructure redesign. Like, that is insane. I don't think you guys understand, like, game development wise. That is a complete re-overhaul and rework of the entire system, how it's going to allocate like memory and CPU usage, and so much stuff has to be reorganized to make this work. And if they're willing to do that, it truly means that NetherRealm really gives a shit. That they don't want this game to just be kind of like the MKX game that they made and they put aside, and it was like, hey, it sold like 10 million units, fantastic, we're just moving on to the next game. It actually means that they care. And that would be one of the best things, because it leads to a really awesome fighting future from NetherRealm, where the games that will come out later on, whether it's Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat 11, those things could have this same infrastructure if they get good at it right now. Will it run amazing as soon as it comes out? Probably not. They're probably going to have some stuff that they're going to have to iron out and like figure out, but it will get good, and it will actually be hopefully the MKX experience that we're looking forward to. I really hope it's true. This is a bright future for Mortal Kombat fans, especially for fighting game fans that enjoy playing online. I hope you guys like this news and information. I'm beyond excited, as you can obviously tell, but as soon as there's something more official, I'll be back as soon as possible. My name is Max, and I'll see you next time.